You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Here's where I have to remember not to close the file. Not to close the folder. So this is the Skyrim Addict podcast, or a Skyrim Addict podcast. But it's not really just me tonight. I have the world famous Dale _A from Paper Keg Podcast here. Also Dale on the Facebook group as well.
Yeah, I just joined Facebook to join the Skyrim Addict Facebook group. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
You have held out for a long time.
I really have. I mean, it's comical, and I felt like I had to start admitting it to people.
Honestly, I only use it for the groups and like my son's photos. That's about it. That's about all I use it for at this point, is like the groups and that anyway. So.
And when I first joined, I was working late at night, and I was just so bogged down and tired, and I was like, I don't even have the energy to learn. I was overwhelmed by everything it was asking me. I was just like, I just need to join the Facebook group. So luckily I found the link on the show notes for the Nightcast, and he linked the Facebook group because I couldn't find it, but it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, I've heard people have had trouble finding it. I don't really know how to find things on Facebook. I just get kind of added to things. So
yeah, lucky.
But we will be talking Skyrim. You are a relatively new player, right?
Yeah,
relative.
I bought the game actually. Soon after it came out. Like, Amazon has those insane Black Friday deals. So the Black Friday after Skyrim came out, I bought it because it was like $35 or something.
Oh, yeah.
And if any game that just comes out is $35, I'll probably buy it and never play it. But and then,
I have a hitman like that.
And then probably after the new year, I tried playing it, and I don't know, like, I just couldn't get into it at first, and that's shocking to hear probably, but I was never used to Oblivion and Fallout. I tried playing Oblivion and Fallout, but I didn't get it at the time, because like when I would first start the game, like I would just start looting bowls and cups and everything. Because it was there, I was like, I guess I better take it and sell it for 1 gold or whatever it is. And I don't know, I wasn't in the mindset, and the first person kind of threw me off for what kind of game it was. But this past March or April, I was like, I'm going to put this GD game in and give it a whirl, because I know it's amazing. I need it to be amazing for me, and it just all of a sudden it just started clicking for me. So
nice. Probably
since March or April have I been playing, and all this time up until about 2 weeks ago, I was playing on my first character.
Oh, sweet.
Which technically isn't a whole lot. I was like level 39 for the 3 hours a week I get to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
But But by the time I got it, I just you can't stop thinking about it. It's insane, the depth and everything.
Oh, it's bizarre. For me, I started playing it right away, but I played a lot of Oblivion. Like Oblivion,
okay.
Just I don't know, something hit me. Oblivion was the first Elder Scrolls game I played, but something with it just connected. So then when Skyrim finally came out, like what felt like a decade and a half later,
you were ready for it.
Yeah, I was pretty much ready for it. But I did take a break earlier in the year. You go through phases with playing with anything. But I've kind of once I started doing this, I started playing more again, which is kind of helpful doing this, but.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and it drives you.
Yeah, but it kind of made me look at it in different ways too. Now, what do you kind of play as? Do you use the magic a lot, or are you kicking it?
Well, my first character, I was like a sneaky archer.
Oh, I love
for
that.
the most part, and then I had these dreams of I'm just like, I'm going to max out this character. I'm going to start using every skill ever for him. And then, like, I've talked about this with you. I DM'd you on Twitter because I wasn't on Facebook at the time, but it turns out that my followers were glitched, so I couldn't get a follower. And the only reason for that I needed that was I wanted to build my Hearthfire houses, but I wanted to hire a steward because I'm not building sconces and furniture. I'd rather build the house and have the steward decorate it for me.
Take care of everything.
Perfectly fine with that. But my character is glitched, and I couldn't hire a steward. And to tell you, it took the wind out of my sails. It actually devastated me because I loved the character so much. So what I did was I was like, let me finish up some storylines that I was doing just so I can get a feel for the main quest I hadn't finished, and the Thieves Guild I brought to prominence, but the main quest was the big chunk. So I did that, and then I re-rolled as a magic user, and now I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Oh yeah,
big time.
Early on as a magic user is hard.
Yeah, I'm like scavenging for health potions, and I'm trying to make them, but it seems like the one ingredient you need to make health potions is the rarest thing I guess you can find, and I don't have a lot of money yet, so I can't buy my ingredients.
Yeah, you gotta gather everything and all that. Yeah,
and which is a kind of a bummer. It made me miss with the second character. I forgot that I had sunk some points into speech. So now you got to find like the specific vendors to sell back things and stuff like that. That'll like throw a wrench in your game big time if you're used to the other for so long.
Yeah, and they don't have that much money until you can invest in them. They don't really have a whole hell of a lot of money because I have like potions that are like 2,000 septums. Wipes out their whole. Every bit of cash they have, I sell them one thing, and I'm like, well, all right, great, that's done.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
I have 50 more of these to get rid of. Where am I going to go now?
And whatever you sold weighed 1 pound, so it's not helping your lugging weight.
Well, I played a bunch today, just before doing this, while trying to get a 5-year-old to sleep, and I was really close to getting smithing and enchanting to 100. Which I wanted to do, because I just went legendary on alchemy again. Mm-hmm. So I got those up to 100, and I was able to make some dragon bone daggers and double enchant them. So that was like my big quest before I did this.
Nice.
And I used up all my dragon bones and scales and made dragon plate armor and dragon scale armor and every dragon thing you can make to get rid of them.
Just to use them up,
you
could. Will you sell them?
No, I hung them up in the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's good to have.
I put them on the mannequins in the Hearthfire house, and then I hung up all the weapons all around.
I think that's awesome, especially if you can't find anybody to buy it all at once.
Well, and the dragon bones just weigh you down, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, they have, and I have a compulsion. Like I got to collect them all, even though I'm nowhere near being able to use it. And then you got to dump it someplace, and this character I'm just using the barrel because I started the Winterhold College quest. So I was like, let me roll magic user and let me go right to Winterhold because my previous character I didn't do any of the Winterhold College quests.
That's a good quest.
Yeah. So I just got to right before you have to go to Labyrinthia. It was the Dwemer Ruins before that, and it was. I don't know, they're real long, whatever they were. Mixliff?
Oh, yeah, Mizcliff or whatever, however it is. Yeah, however it's said, yeah.
So I just finished that, and they took me like 3 sittings because they were just longer than I expected them to be. So luckily I was, saving throughout and kind of remember where I was. And now I'm currently trying to. My save file is in a precarious location because now I'm trying to find the entrance to Labyrinthia, and I know there's a dragon overhead somewhere and a bear like within 25 feet of my save file. So I'd rather not have to try to fumble through a previous save file, but I'm gonna just hightail it and run. I tried once or twice and I died both times.
Did you ever save like while you're sneaking and something can't see you, and then you go back to the save and they've automatically found you as you open it up?
Oh, that's brutal. I have one probably just as bad. Is I got stuck on the main quest when you are smuggled into the Thalmor.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I wasn't sure what was going to happen, so I didn't give Delphine any of my weapons.
Oh yeah.
Because I literally didn't know that was my last chance before heading in.
Yeah, so you had nothing.
I had nothing. And I was stuck on that for days, and eventually I was able to, my pickpocket skill was low, my sneak was high, but I was able to pickpocket like an iron dagger off of one of the Thalmor guards in the room, and I was able to get out of that luckily, but I was screwed big time for a long time.
Oh, yeah, that's not easy if you don't. I think the first time I did it, it was hard as hell because I didn't, like my first playthrough, I don't think I really gave them very much either. And I ended up.
Yeah, but it's kind of confusing because it doesn't say put everything you want because
you're screwed if you don't
kill people on the other side. Like it doesn't really explain like you're going to be killing a lot of people on the other end of this kitchen.
Yeah, you don't really know what you're in for. You think you're just going to a party. You don't realize you're going to be sneaking through the entire place and then battling half of the Thalmor when you get there.
Yeah, like I thought maybe you'd be RPing your way through it and with, certain dialogue choices and stuff like that. I just didn't know what, because you're in the Thalmor. I mean, why you're going to go buck wild and just start murdering the wizards and everything? Like I had no idea that was going to go down, but that went down.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time playing that, and that first part where you have to sneak past all the guards that are right off of that hallway, like kind of in the bar area or whatever it's called. Yeah. I think it took me forever to get through there. I would get past one guy, and then the other guy would be like, "Oh, there you are. Let me kill you in like 3 seconds." I was like, "Oh, that works." I find some quests though that I've forgotten what they are, so I'm kind of going in blind to them. But then I vaguely remember them after I finish them. But the big ones, it's never the same after you play them the first time.
Yeah, it was cool to hear that you get back on the main quest and just start resharing your love for the main quest. Because I was like arm in arm with you. I was probably in the same points of the quest as you were at the time, and it was just so cool to see the ending of that and stuff like that.
Oh, that is. Yeah, I forgot how good it was. And right now, I just what did I just do? Oh, I had to go up and talk to. I did the whole Throat of the World thing. Time Rift, Alduin, battle him.
Yeah,
and he flew off to Sovngarde. I went up and got the notched pickaxe that I just found out about that I didn't know about previously.
What's that?
It's at the top of the Throat of the World, right at the very, very peak. Mm-hmm. So if you run up there, there's a pickaxe sticking in the side of the wall. And it ups your smithing ability and some other stuff, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And there's a couple ebony veins and some, I think, like malachite and stuff like that.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
tips. I'd look to you for...
Who told me that? Oh, well, I think, what's his name? Andrew brought that up. I'm like, okay. I didn't even know about that. I'm like, I never ran up the mountain. How the hell would I find that out?
It's a mind share in there.
It's amazing the things you're like, you think you knew everything.
Yeah.
And there's always another little thing there. Did you ever see the Headless Horseman?
No.
Yeah, there's a Headless Horseman and runs around at night.
Oh man!
In certain areas.
And that's kind of like bums me out too. But I do a lot of fast traveling.
Yeah,
because my time is so limited that you want to get some quests done, and I love walking from place to place, but But sometimes most times I don't have time to get caught up in anything that I hadn't planned on doing because my time is so limited that I would love to see the freaking Headless Horseman though. I'd love to see all that kind of stuff because it's just so girthy with extraneous stuff written into the game.
Yeah, I find that early on I walk a lot. And then once I don't have to gather as much stuff and I can buy things, I'm like, I'll just fast travel it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Plus, like you, it's just time. There's only so much time to play. Do I want to spend it running from Solitude to Riften, or do I want to actually get there and do something?
Yeah, exactly. And we're Xbox players, so we're our load times are enough.
Yeah, it takes the fast travel really isn't fast travel anyway. You could have ran from one place to the other in the meantime, but
especially if you fast travel someplace and you got to go and at least your destination lies like 2 doors beyond wherever you're like, oh man, you can't even. You can maybe get up and go get a drink, but you can't walk away.
That's like 10 minutes right there.
Yeah, you're done for.
Yeah, so that's what I'm in the middle of the Dragon Quest as well. I had to go speak to Angier again, or whatever his name is, Angieri or Angier or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I had talked to the Jarl about snagging that dragon at Dragon's Reach.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to go get both sides, go talk to Greybeards, who are so annoying and long-winded.
They are long-winded. That's a tiresome.
They are not a happy crew of people. Who do you side with? Do you side with the Blades? Because they're really annoying too. So
yeah,
they're not.
Especially you can't there's spoiler territory, but I think you get into spoilers anyway. But they're like kill Parthenax. He's a dragon too.
Yeah,
he's just but then you can't even tell them no. They're just like, don't come back until you kill Parthenax. So there's like, well, I don't want to kill Parthenax. He's cool.
And everybody else is,
So it's like, that's the end for you. It's such like a non-ending to the ending.
Yeah, it's weird. I have done it the other way where you kill him, but I'm like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I didn't want to do it on any playthrough. I'm like, I don't want to kill one of the best characters in the game. I
know, he's like so nice. He's not a dick in any way.
No.
I mean, he's like the nicest one. Ulfric, I side with the Stormcloaks, my main character, my first character. But Ulfric, I mean, just make me kill Ulfric after that.
Yeah,
I'd kill him.
Yeah,
he's a jerk.
I sided with him the first time too, and then I'm like, I may have been on the wrong side on this one.
Yeah. Immediately regret.
You get to the end, you're like, I may not have done the right thing here. I'm not sure. It all sounded good in the beginning, but
yeah.
I just had to join the Legion because I couldn't speak to Tullius, because apparently I had already gotten a quest to start the Legion, and it wouldn't let me talk to him until I actually did that. So I had to go clear out the fort or whatever of bandits and start that, because I couldn't talk to him to start the whole process of of continuing on the dragon story until then. So I'm in the Civil War.
I think I'm going to go Legion this time, but I got to sharpen up my skills though. It's just a punishment right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty high up now. I think I'm like a level 67 or 68.
How do you level so high? I'm amazed. I was level 39. I played for 8 months.
Well, I've gone legendary a couple times on enchanting and alchemy, so that allows you to level up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm actually getting into enchanting this character too, since you talk about on the podcast and the Facebook group, and that kind of does excel your level a lot.
And
I'm having
enchanting's
trouble
fast
getting
too.
and filling soul gems right now. But
good place to go is Blackreach. A lot of Falmer. They're blind. You can sneak up on them.
Oh yeah, okay.
They can't see real well, so they're
No
easy
mercy.
to. Yeah, just go get them, kill them, take them for their soul gems.
I'm always in a panic though. I'm getting casting that dumb soul trap spell.
Oh,
they're like in my face, and the last thing I need to worry about is casting soul trap. And if it lands before my Frost Atronach is not doing a thing to help tank for me.
I had trouble with the soul trap spell too. So I generally just use it on daggers, but I have been using it more recently. I've been doing just illusion. Like when I cleared out, was it Fort Ragstad or whatever? I used Frenzy and Frost Atronach, and I didn't even kill anybody, I don't think. I just let them kill each other first, and then
that's cool.
Let the Atronach take care of the ones that were left over.
I gotta manage. I have some spells like that too, and it's I think Frenzy, or I forget what spells, but they don't really tell you the magica you need to cast it. So I have a couple that I can't even cast yet, but I spent all this money on, and I'm just
that's how I was.
Rip. Too. I just spent $1,100 on this spell. I can't cast it.
I can't use it.
Yeah.
No, with the mage though, I found though once you get to a certain point, it's like this tipping point, and it becomes really powerful.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to kill people. In the beginning, it's really hard, and then it gets really easy.
Did you find yourself sinking a lot of points into destruction or conjuration?
Yeah, early on, I went. Well, you know what? It's a good one. Is illusion. Illusion and destruction. I went first because illusion you can get the muffle, and you can get invisibility, and also one of the perks on the tree, I believe, is silent casting. So you can cast all your spells, and if you're sneaking, nobody hears you.
Well, that is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so silent casting's very, that's like a key one. Especially if you're going to sneak.
Yeah, wow. I like that.
Yeah, so illusion's definitely, I think I concentrated mostly illusion and destruction, but I just concentrated, on the fire part of it.
Yeah.
And then the other ones I've kind of added on as I've been going, but...
I tried going, well, my main tree right now is probably Conjuration. Mm-hmm. And I started going up the Necromancy sliver first, and I was working towards getting, right now the dead bodies, they last longer, and the next one up is they have 100 more health, but since I've picked that perk where they last longer, I've encountered no dead bodies, and I've killed no one. If you kill somebody and then you have another person on your ass, by the time you raise the zombie, it's 10 minutes before they're actually alive and helping you. And they just die very quickly. So I'm regretting my conjuration choices right now.
Yeah, they pretty much
I tried
turned
to be cool, but I should have just went straight destruction and just started.
Yeah, destruction is probably easier starting out for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing some conjuration now, and I think I have one more before I can get the dual souls or whatever it is, where you can cast 2 Atronachs or 2 zombies or whatever end up doing. So I'm going to see how that goes because I'm kind of playing with that now. And laying back on the destruction a little bit, except for with dragons, using the destruction.
Yeah.
Could be just because they're tough.
Yeah.
Just because they'll kill me. But Shadowmere is really helpful.
Oh, yeah, he has 1 million hit points, right?
Yeah,
something crazy like that.
You know, I've never killed him. My son did. He pretty much ran him off a mountain. And I'm like, I didn't even know that horse could die. I'm like, well, what just happened? He's like, can I run the horse? I'm like, here, go run the horse. What could possibly happen?
Right, yeah.
How could you possibly kill the enchanted horse or whatever he is? And he ran him off like High Hrothgar or something, and that was the end of that. I'm like, I didn't even know Shadowmere could die. Never give the controller to a 5-year-old. That's just kind of how it goes.
You want to find a weakness in something, let your kid
find it
for you.
Yeah, they'll find out how to kill the wrong thing.
yeah, exactly.
Definite. Yeah, we went from, well, he kind of always sat there while I played, and we'd end up role-playing it in the house. That was his big thing for a while. So,
that's awesome.
So we not only played Skyrim on the TV, we would break out the swords in the house and run around and have to go on missions about the house and things like that. So
it's a great way to keep them occupied.
Yeah, we do a little live action Skyrim here also.
Amazing.
which is pretty fun, but
yeah, that's cool.
So you did finish up the dragon one. You're good to go on that.
Good to go on that. I'm not as worried about finishing that again. I did start it though because it turns out I really Fusro Da is just like it helps a ton. It helps a ton. And I only have Fus and Ro right now because I didn't want to go get the horn because I really wanted to get the ball rolling on the Winterhold quest because I wanted to start seeing new stuff as quickly as I could. So I didn't go back to get the horn of Jurgen.
Oh, Windcaller, yeah.
And that's how you get Da, but I want to go back soon because it really, I mean, you really just like obliterate people when you have the whole thing. So,
you know what a cool one is the throw voice shout.
Yeah, I had him on the. I think I had that one on the other one, and I dabbled, but I never.
Yeah, if you sneak and you want to kind of mess with people, I used it in I think I haven't used it for a while, but one of my characters I used it. Was it Movarth's Lair or whatever it is, that vampire down by Falkreath or Morthal. I don't know. He's around there somewhere, but he's got a den with a bunch of people in it, and I would throw my voice to one end of the cave. They would all run over there, and I would throw a bunch of stuff at them, and then go hide, and then they all come back. And then I'd throw my voice again. So I think that one's at Sheerpoint, because I think I just got it, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think I just battled that dragon up there. It's where you get the Croesus mask, I think it is. Is that Croesus? I think
that's one. Yeah.
Yeah. You get all three parts of it right there.
That Croesus mask is pretty BA.
Yeah, I just picked that up. I used to wear a mask with my last character, and I just found my last character, the Khajiit. No, the one before that, the Khajiit. That's a level 80.
Oh, yeah, in one of your save files?
Yeah, must have had it saved on the cloud, and I usually save on the hard drive, and that's how I differentiated them. I was like, oh, wow. I haven't played this character in forever.
Wow. That's preserved. He's preserved in the cloud.
It'll be there forever.
Yeah.
I'll never get back to it again. That thing will be there for life. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is try and get as goes along with this character as I can, because I'm figuring ESO will come out early next year, and that will ruin everything.
Did you see the tweets today? They just sent out an S-load of beta invites. Like, they tweeted today their biggest load yet they sent out, and I'm like, I didn't get one in my inbox.
I signed up for the Xbox One one.
Yeah, oh yeah. Of course, they send all the invites before Xbox One even comes out.
I figured, you know what? Maybe I'll get in at the end. Who knows? What's the worst that could happen? I don't ever get in. Oh well, I'm going to buy it anyway. What's the difference?
I'm excited though. I think one of the early reviews from Gamescom or something were just said it's Skyrim Online. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm good with that. See, I was never an MMO player, so I will be lost in a lot of it. But it sounds like you can play it pretty much any way you choose. Yeah.
I played a few, but I was always solo. Like, I like the idea of MMOs, but I always end up soloing anyway because, I just don't want to get too involved with a party in case I get pulled away or like my kid starts freaking out in the middle of something. And so I end up just playing by myself anyway, but I like for some reason I like the idea of more than just me playing. And Skyrim actually does a good job of kind of providing a faux version of that. Yeah,
because everything kind of goes on even while you're doing your stuff.
Right.
Like nothing stops really. Right. You can run into, there's a dragon attack outside. You can run into be in the bard or whatever, and it's still going on outside.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then you come back out and everybody's dead. And that's just kind of how it works.
I think I signed up for the beta for Xbox One and PC. I was lying. I was just like, I got the Xbox One now. If you send me the beta invite now, but obviously I signed up over the summer. I didn't have any Xbox One, so.
Yeah, I've never really played anything on PC. So you were talking earlier about because I guess a lot of it because of the insane load screens. And being able to play on PC. And I've thought about it, but I'm like, I would have to invest so much just to do that.
Yeah, no, that's a huge commitment. And I mean, and It's really fun on Xbox. It really is. It's just the load screens.
That's all it is the load screens is the killer.
And I think maybe like I've seen that maybe the console you get on PC you could unglitch things that are glitched, but
that too, yeah.
I mean, but I really like playing on Xbox, but if I'd try it on PC if I could. My PC could probably run it, but I just love sitting on my couch in front of the big TV.
That's it. Yeah, I don't want to be down in the basement on the laptop trying to play Skyrim.
Yeah, I don't want to I've done it with a ton of MMOs, but you sit at your computer desk and your chair's jacked up and your ergonomics are jacked up, and it's just it's not as fun after playing Skyrim on a big TV. So
yeah, definitely not. Well, I think that's all I have. Do you have anything? Anything else about the game?
No, I think I'm just gonna try to get into the head of the college because that guy's quarters are pretty amazing.
Yeah, that is an awesome place.
Yeah, it really is. So I think that's what I'm going to work on now. I'm excited to see Labyrinthia because you comment on how much you enjoy it. I hope I survive it. God knows. I'm probably going to have to scout out some new locations. I'm probably going to have to take carriage to some new towns for more health potions because it's the only way.
Just sneak everywhere and build the sneak up. That's it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just going to need to divert all my focus onto sneaking and muffle and invisibility.
Yeah, don't walk, just sneak.
And frenzy and raise money for the frenzy spell because the fury had stopped working long ago.
Oh yeah, that's only for up to a very low level, right?
And then they glance over. Oh, what? Somebody here casting a spell on me? Okay.
Frenzy works pretty high, although I've hit some where they're like, no, that's not going to work for these guys. I'm sorry. And I'm like, invisible.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea too. Wow.
Invisible is a great spell. I
need money. I need money.
Invisible is very good. That's definitely worth the money, and silent casting is definitely worth going for.
That is worth the money. Yes. So that's what I'm going to do. Get invisibility and hope a saber cat doesn't hit me twice and kill me.
Yeah. Oh, they're the worst. Early on, as a mage, just run from every animal.
Yeah.
Foxes, rabbits, it doesn't matter. You have no protection as a mage early on.
Game over.
Yeah.
But I love it. And I'm definitely going to stick with this character, but I'm already thinking about what I would play next. So
yeah, that's how I am.
Stay tuned.
I'm always thinking ahead. I think I'm going to go big two-handed next one, and heavy armor and no magic and just kill stuff because I've never done that. I guess basically be one of the companions.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Maybe go orc.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Probably go orc because I've never played an orc actually.
Yeah, they're so underappreciated,
Yeah, they just hang out in those holds and don't talk to anybody. Don't let you in.
Yeah,
unless you
it's
save
an
them
exclusive club. It just makes me want to be part of it.
Yeah, save them from that giant, and then they'll let you be their friend.
You always get some random orc running up to you and asking you to hold this for me.
Yeah.
Do they ever come back? Is that a real thing? Will they come back for their weapon or?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, there's that like a guy who stole something comes by and gives you it, and then it's like,
yeah,
don't tell anybody. Yeah. Sometimes I think I've run into the people again. Generally, I think they get killed. I usually just rat on them and take their stuff. So.
Amazing.
They usually end up getting killed in the process anyway.
That's it, though. That's it.
Oh, man. Well, everybody can hear Dale on Paper Keg and Book Jug, which is awesome.
Yeah, thanks. We just kicked that off, and we're excited about that. It's a book club podcast, Book Jug. And
you guys are doing the whole 2001, 2010, 2061. What's the next one?
And 3001.
3001. Okay.
Yeah, they were nice. It was a nice We had just finished those before we even decided to do the podcast. We had finished like 2061, cool. And we're like, you know what? Let's start the whole show on these 4 books because they're easily digestible. You could get them done pretty quick, and so we're excited.
That is on. Yeah, I listen to it all the time, but I'm more of a podcast addict than a Skyrim addict, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
a lot of driving at work, so it's just like on. A lot of really slow driving at work, so I get to hear it.
Frustrating when those days where you absolutely have nothing. You're just like trying anything, listening to whatever.
I go through that. Like, there's the things that are on the bottom end of the list, and I'm like, I just don't feel like listening to that today. What am I going to go back to?
Yeah, exactly.
But wait, I'm out of everything else. I have to listen to it. And Paper Keg is a comic book podcast, which is incredibly accessible for someone. I'm someone who only reads a few titles here and there, and still for me, it's like great hearing things because I picked up a bunch of stuff that you guys had talked about. I think mostly things that Slim had talked about, but
that's awesome. No, I appreciate those words because it's cool to hear somebody, especially. I mean, if you're buying comics because of what we may have said, that's super flattering. It's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah, I picked up a couple titles. I think it was like Local and a couple other things. There's always something that kind of,
Yeah.
Because I tend to more of those, the real, I don't know what they would be called, but more real life style, kind of things.
Yeah. I call them slice of life. I don't know what they're really called.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't know if there was a genre for them or not.
Yeah, I love those too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I tend to pick up on those, but yeah, definitely everybody listen to that because I enjoy it. And I also enjoy hearing you guys talk around profanity in the most amazing ways possible.
We get pretty creative. We, at times, we think it's funny because in our personal lives, we curse like sailors. But
you're from New Jersey. You don't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we like to pretend we're keeping it cleanish, even though the innuendo is there and stuff. Yeah. So, we love it. We love doing it. And it's mostly to get around the profanity and stuff. We just do it to make ourselves laugh. If we can make each other's laugh, that's all that matters.
That's the key. That's what it's all about. Having fun.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a Skyrim Addict podcast, and Mike needs to go to bed.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate. This is like a dream come true for me.
This is like a triple long episode. They're usually like 5 minutes. This one's like 35.
Oh man, we're gonna have some good listening. Good listening tomorrow, boys and girls.
I listen to everything on like double speed, so it's like 19 minutes.
Amazing! Wow, double speed. You're one of those guys.
I'm 1.5 to double speed. Depends on how quick people talk. Some I go 1.5. Some I go double.
Cool. Yeah.
My own shows, I'll do triple just to make sure everything's working right.
Right. Yeah. I hate listening back to my own shows.
I only do it because I'm like, wait, did something get messed up in there? Let me see if there's like 10 minutes of no audio in the middle somewhere. Let me just make sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, because if you don't listen back and you release it out.
Yeah, because I don't edit very much, to say the least. But all right, that's been another Skyrim Addict. Later, everyone. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories. Add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Hello. Yep, I decided to record prior to going away for the American Thanksgiving. So I finished up the Dragon Quest. I believe last time when I was on with Dale, I hadn't finished yet, but did finish that up. Played a little bit today. Got a House Carl. I don't know why I hadn't had one before. I just never bothered doing it. But I probably should have, because it's a lot easier. Yeah, so I sent her, it was Raya, I think it was, from Falkreath when I became Thane there. So I sent her over to the Lakeview Manor just to finish up a few things. There's not much left there. I'm basically doing everything to that one. Getting a carriage and all kinds of stuff I don't need. But also I went legendary again on smithing and enchanting, and I believe I'd already done that on alchemy. So I'm about to build those. I think this time on the smithing I'm going to go up the heavy side, because I have a bunch of there goes the train. I have a bunch of heavy armor ingots laying around, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, so I finished up the dragon story. I got everything together. I think I left off with the Greybeard stuff last time with getting everybody together to meet up there. So I did all that, got everybody meeting up on High Hrothgar there. Had the wonderful meeting with all the people you hate. Actually, the Imperial people are the least hateable of the crew that comes to that meeting. Ulfric is like a giant baby. The Greybeards are just annoying and don't want to be there and don't care. Thalmor, fuck them. All right. Just like, they're so hateable. Anyway, so I got through that. Dealt with those idiots. And went on and captured Odevain at Dragon's Reach, which was actually this was the easiest time I had done that. I don't know, it just worked out perfectly this time, and he basically came right in and sat there for me. So that happened. That worked out well. So then I took him. We flew off to the place before you get to Sovngarde, and I can't remember the name offhand, but there's the two dragons there, and then the dragon priest that you got to battle. So I went through there and got ridiculously over encumbered. So I had a bunch of dragon bones. You know, you get the dragon bones from both dragons, and then like every friggin' Draugr there has an ebony battle axe or ebony greatsword. So I picked all them up because I was still working on smithing and at that point and enchanting. So they were good for that. But so I picked all those up, and I was so over encumbered. I'm like, what am I going to drop? What am I going to drop? I'm like, I got through the temple part of it before I got to and I was taking carry weight potions that were plus 100 or plus 91, something like that, as well as, you know, in the enchanted, my enchantments that gave me another like 100 and something to carry. And I'm like, oh God, what? And I had to drop the dragon bones. I don't know what I don't really use them for anything, but I dropped them, and I like to keep them. But I had to drop them because I was like 250 over. And I had to go through Sovngarde and all still, and I'm like, I just won't be able to do it. So I let go of a bunch of dragon bone and dragon scales. And Sovngarde went pretty well, pretty easily. We took care of good old Alduin. So I didn't do much exploring in Sovngarde this time. I know there's not like a huge area to explore, but usually when I go there, I just wander around. This time I kind of just went through it and took care of business while I was there. And the epic ending where you're up there with Parthenax. Oh yeah, and fuck the blades. All right. Screw the blades. When you're at the meeting at High Hrothgar, you're like, well, you're going to kill Parthenax, right? Because I don't want to talk to you unless you're going to. No, I'm not. No. Sorry, I'm not, because he's way better than any of you humanoids here. That's why. So you get to the top of, I get up to the throat of the world, you know, at the end of the game there, and all the dragons are flying around, and everybody say, oh, that's such an awesome, epic ending to that quest. I love it so much. But right now, I'm working on, what I'm going to concentrate on is Thieves Guild, bringing that to prominence. I don't know if I'm going to worry about Dark Brotherhood to prominence. And then I believe I'm going to go on to Dragonborn Quest. So the main quest of Dragonborn, that is. So that's what I think my plan is for right now. And as far as further out, I guess with ESO being... I was in Black... I did the whole Blackreach thing too, but I'll get into that in a second. But I forgot because I hadn't done that yet when last time I was on. But anyway, so I think my whole plan is to do that. And then as far as show-wise, I'm going to continue on until – I'll probably continue on after ESO comes out, but I don't know. That's probably unlikely. But at some point before ESO comes out, I'll probably create another feed as ESO Addict because I'm very creative like that. And basically do the same style show for that because I'm going to play it. So, but that's a ways down the road. And, I'd like to keep the similar format loose, just talk about what I'm doing. But I'd like to maybe, have more involvement and things like that since everybody will be fresh and new to it and all learn from each other. And I'll probably focus more on as a console player and as a single player type who plays the game, since that's probably how I'll most likely be playing the game. But that's kind of my future plans for everything anyway, just to quickly go over that. But anyway, back to the dragon thing. I forgot rewinding. Yeah, I did the whole Blackreach thing, obviously, get the Elder Scroll. I got the quest at Syndron's lab there for the Crimson Nirnroots, but I just started using them for alchemy. I'm not going to go through and catch all 30 of those. I did that once. That was quite enough, quite frankly. That's a pretty tedious one. So I use them for potions. So I've been using them as I get them. Other than that, it was just, I filled up a lot of soul gems there, obviously, with the Falmer, sneaking and getting them. I've been using Frenzy a crap ton. Where was I recently? I think it was some bandit I had to clean out Hragstead to continue on with the thing, and I started a Frenzy, and man, like just 5-10 Stormcloaks battling each other. It was great. They killed each other off, and when there was one or two left, I would just take care of them. So I'm really digging the Frenzy spell, liking that a lot. Been working on more on Conjuration, trying to build that up a little bit. I put a lot of my points that I had from the last time in enchanting and smithing. I put them some into speech and some into alteration and some into conjuration. So been going up those trees. But yeah, I'm going to do some thieves stuff. What I'm doing now is cleaning off some quests, just getting my quest log down. I have a lot of ancillary quests that I have to just clean off of there and just get rid of. So I'm working on that, just getting those done, getting them out of the way off the screen. And obviously the Thieves Guild, like I said. And then I'm going to kind of hop into Dragonborn and go straight through that main quest of that one. So I figure that'll be sometime in 2 weeks, maybe. I'll be away next week. But that's kind of where I'm sitting with everything. I did have some feedback from Andrew. I got to actually pull that up. I don't have that quite ready right this second. But yeah, that's kind of my idea was, and my idea as well with moving forward beyond Skyrim once ESO comes out. So if anybody else is going to be playing that in a similar way, or you like the show and want to listen to it, that'll be awesome. That'll probably be something I'll be looking to at least throw a 0 episode out there and sometime around January, since they're looking at spring release. And, I probably won't do any kind of real show on it until it actually comes out, but that's for down the road. I'll be playing Skyrim until then, so. All right, we got, Oh, sorry. I lost track of where the thing was. Let's see. I gotta find it. Darn it. Darn you. Ah, there we go. All right, I found it. Sorry. I lost the file for a second.
Welcome to the introductory episode of I Have a Skyrim Addict Podcast Addiction Minicast. Hi, this is Andrew from the Facebook page for a Skyrim Addict podcast, and I was just calling to check in with my character Poit, who is a Redguard, currently level 67. Poit recently got 100 in blocking by grinding with a giant. It was a good time. I've been playing around in Blackreach recently. We did a Return to Your Roots with the Crimson Nirnroot quest. We've also done the Discerning the Transmundane, where you return the blood to Septimus. We also have accomplished the Alduin's Bane quest, where we do a flashback and get to learn the Dragon Rend shout. And we have also set up the peace treaty between Ulfric and Tullius with the Season Unending quest. And then we have also gone on to trap the dragon in the Fallen quest, and Mr. Odoving is currently on the front porch of Dragonreach, and we're holding him there for now. And I went off and decided to do the Pieces of the Past quest to retrieve the 3 pieces of Maroon's razor. Evidently someone was careless with their sword and broke it, and they need it back. I hope everyone is having a great playthrough. Check in with your characters, and happy Skyrimming.
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, actually, I've been randomly grabbing the pieces of Maroon's razor, too. I've had that quest for a long time, just sitting there. I think I have the hilt to get or something still. I don't know. So that's one of the ones I got to clear off. That and the Galdor amulet, or however it's said. Anyway, thank you, Andrew, once again for the feedback. And I've been thinking about trying to do a live show. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'll have more details after the holiday, but otherwise, I'll probably like to have guests on here and there, keep things rolling. As far as reaching the show, you can email the Skyrim Addict podcast at gmail.com. Audio, text, whatever. I can do either. I'm on Twitter. I'm Mike D. I don't really talk about Skyrim much there. General rantings. I'm on Instagram as the same. Take a lot of pictures of random stuff. Depends. Sometimes it's cityscapes, and sometimes it's really anything. Really pretty much anything. And also you can hear me over on the Chatterbox podcast. And Chatterbox is 2 words, not 1, where I yell at a Canadian and we argue about organic food. Anyway, I will be probably doing some more. Hopefully I'll get to play a little before Thanksgiving. If not, probably will be about 2 weeks before I record again, only because I'll be away all of next week. So for those of you in the U.S., have a good Thanksgiving. For those of you not, have a good last week of November. I'm going to go head out to dinner. Later, everyone.